guys. Hi everyone, you're welcome back to my channel. I'm Princeyuneze Princess and you're welcome to today's video. In today's video, we're going to be doing a story time. I'm going to be telling you all about my University experience. If this seems like what you'd be interested in watching, please do keep on watching and don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel and let's get right into it. In case you don't know, I finished from University Ota, part of the class of 2020. How did University even come into the picture? University came into the picture because my mom, we worship at Living Faith Church, and somehow my mom fell in love with the way University students dressed to church. Yes, dressing was what attracted my mom to University, and how they carried themselves and whatnot. So my mom then brought up the idea of University, and I was 15. I didn't have much of options of where I wanted to school and all of those things. So I wrote JAMB. The JAMB is necessary in Nigeria. I wrote JAMB. I wrote University qualifying exam, and the admission list came out in like August. It came out in like ending of July or first week in August, one of them. And somehow my name was among the first batch. Me there, I was confused. Like, what is going on? We are just finishing another round and we're entering another round. Funny part of this was I didn't know much about the rules of University. Don't get me wrong. I know the most important, or the one that everybody carries on their head, no phones. I know that, but like the bottom line, or school, if you don't go to class, if you don't go to church, you'll be penalized. And I didn't know all of that. Like, don't blame me, I didn't know that. And the choice of course I took was computer science. My mom's friend's daughter did computer science, and I felt like, oh, computer, I love computer, let's go do computer science. Nobody told me. They did not tell me. So getting to school, upon arrival, I was feeling like a bad girl, like a bad bitch, like I was on point. I went to school with colored braids. Like, I went to school with gold and black braids or something. And as I was getting there, they were telling me to loosen it. You guys, it wasn't funny. Now I'm laughing to tell you, but it wasn't funny. Because how on earth did I miss that? Like, how on earth are you going to University with colored braids? It's so funny that as I was entering, everybody was, that moment when something is wrong, but nobody can tell you until you get to the place of reckoning. So I got there, and the woman goes that I should loosen my hair before I gain access to the hall. You guys, it wasn't funny. So that was me. I wasn't so pumped about going to school in the first place because it was a new face and I was scared and all of those things. So there was me going into the hostel to drop my things, and I was left with the job of loosening, you guys, braids, like not big braids, like regular, almost like knotless braids, but I feel like they were tiny as if. So I had to loosen that. It wasn't funny. That was the first thing you showed me. So I got into the hostel. All my roommates, as they were arriving, everybody goes, why are you loosening hair? Imagine every fresh house coming into school and only you saddled with the responsibility of losing hair. You guys, it wasn't funny. I managed to somehow loosen half of it. I was tired because I had to arrange my things and prepare for CU. So I couldn't finish the hair. I just left it and had to sleep. That was day one. Day two, somehow they woke us up by 5 and said we're supposed to be in the chapel for 6 o'clock prayer hour. So they woke us up at 6 o'clock for prayer hour that we're supposed to be in the chapel. Mind you, I haven't finished losing my braids, so we had to dress corporately. By corporate, I mean pant, trousers, collared shirts, and it was easier for girls. That's basically it. Either you're wearing a pant, trouser, or skirt, and your skirt must be below your knee. So I woke up, got ready. Mind you, my hair is still not completely loosened, and I thought I could put on something on it to like cover the mess that was going on before going to the chapel. Getting downstairs, the hall officers then said, "Oh, young lady, you can't go to the chapel like that." I had to open my hair. Like, they don't tie scarf to the chapel. It's our school thing. We don't. You guys, I carried not completely losing braids to the chapel, and it was this kind of all eyes on me situation. Everybody was staring. Salons hadn't opened because we were just resuming, and it was dramatic. Everybody could see, like, everybody was looking at you. The then sub-dean came to meet me inside the chapel after I finally got a seat, and was like, "What is going on with your hair?" As if she couldn't see the situation. Oh, it was colored braids and I was asked to lose it. So she sent me out of the chapel. You guys, this is orientation. Okay, from prayer hour, then we started 100 level orientation. This is a situation of I'm just resuming school, yet I'm missing orientation because I somehow came with bad bitch braids. Do you get it? So I left the chapel, went to I think she got some hairdressers, and I got to loosen the braids, and I'd already missed most part of the orientation. So there was me. I think they were on break by the time I got back, and it just started the whole CU journey on a very funny way because I was demoralized at this time. It was weird. It was weird. If I had a do-over, I think I want a proper. And I do, sincerely, I do not know what I was expecting, but I expected private school. Everybody was supposed to be carried along somehow. In second day, third day, we continued the orientation, but first of all, you have to go to the chapel for the morning prayers. Our sets were the ones that started that morning prayers. Like, it became a thing. Before going to class, you come for the hour of prayer, pray, take attendance. You guys, it was a new thing to me entirely. And don't get me wrong, the whole phone thing wasn't even a problem for me because in my house, my dad is that kind of strict parent that he wasn't keen on giving children phones. So Covenant University, it was just a struggle from trying to meet up with classes to, it was just a mixture of school and church, and the church had more penalty than even missing school. You are failing on your own, but the church had penalty, like if you're not even in church and you're getting your school grades, it can still affect you. So 100 level second semester came and we're to do a program, Youth Alive. You guys, Youth Alive was another struggle. It's a season where we are supposed to have youth program, and it's going to last from Good Friday to Easter Monday. Like from Good Friday to Easter Monday. So Good Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, you round up the program. It's so weird how this takes place during the mid-semester exams, and you are supposed to be focused academically. Like, Youth Alive is not supposed to stress you. Like, it's not supposed to stress your academics. So we're supposed to be in chapel from morning. We're given schedules. Morning, take I think 2 hours break, then afternoon session, then evening session. It was a whole lot. I was struggling. There wasn't any other way to put it. I was struggling because it seemed like 70% church and 30% school, and that started building up a trauma response I didn't even know I had up until I graduated. Like, oh, let me do this. Imagine having that attitude of let me just please them and graduate, or let me just please them, we'll soon take holiday. Like, that was what I was subjected to. That was what it became. That Youth Alive program was something else. We attended different sessions. Then on Monday, Easter Monday, is the Thanksgiving. We had to go to Faith Tabernacle. That's the main church, the Living Faith Church, for the Thanksgiving of the program. Upon getting there, you dare not go to a service without your Bible and your writing materials already. Like, if you're caught, it's problematic. So I don't know how I didn't take my Bible what do they call it, that day. So I got to Faith Tabernacle, and Bishop Oyedepo goes, if you're not with your Bible, stand up Hey, you guys, it was dramatic as hell. Somehow he decided to forgive us, and that became another level of punishment for us, because our pastors, our chaplain back then, now figure out that a large number of people don't come to chapel with their writing materials. You guys, I'm talking about church. Don't mind me, but I went to a school. Like, in my mind, I went to a school. But overall, that's just really how it continued in 200 level. The same cycle: go to church, then find out a way to figure out your school. Like, that's what it was. So we graduated, but like overall, I think the major thing that stressed me is the church having to affect your school. Like, if you don't attend certain church programs, I don't think it should really be that deep, because don't get me wrong, youths of nowadays, we need iron hand if care is not taken. See, it was just there. I didn't do a lot. I couldn't even deal with having to do church and all of the schooling and maintaining a good grade. So I ran away from extracurricular activities. I ran away from them. So it was basically just school and church. If I'm not in church, if I'm not in class, I'm on my bed sleeping. I couldn't just deal with extracurricular activities. So somebody might say it was a boring, it was boring. It was a boring experience. But that trying to stay out of trouble was priority for me, because the best of things get people sent out there, like the best of things. So my most fun year will be in final year, when you know that you were rounding up. But Covenant University, basically, boy, it's not for the weak. Like, it's not. I am currently in the phase of trying to unlearn certain things, because right now I still find myself dressing that way. Like, I mean, having to do that for 4 years and coming out, it's not like, that boom, you're just going to forget about all of that thing. I still struggle. My mom still goes sometimes and like, where are you wearing that to? Like, so she's now trying to be the one to let see you be out, like, forget see you and change your dress sense and all of those things. But aside that, I would say Covenant University is fine. It's all right. No, it's all right. Like, if not that our government and ASU are trying to kill the education system in Nigeria, that is basically why parents run there, and the safety of their children. To be honest, that's what that's what it is. So if we have more private schools or if our government allow the government schools to do their bid, like, I feel like more people will not be running here and creating more problems or traumatic experiences for themselves, so to speak. But Covenant University was a lot. I mean, a whole lot. A whole lot. To be honest, like, looking back, there's some days I cried. Like, not like crying, like, what do these people want? I remember squatting was an issue, like, and I had some roommates back then that's just that thing you said they shouldn't do, that's the one they want to do. So it was a whole lot. Overall, I'll just say Covenant University is Covenant University. If you don't have what it takes to endure certain things, like, don't bother going there. But it's a kind of place that if you are and you manage to find a balance between some of the things that go on there, you will enjoy. Like, you will enjoy meeting great people and networking, that kind of networking that will help you overall, like, even long after school, so to speak. But it was a lot, and after graduating, you have to learn a lot of things, and I feel like it kind of affected a lot of graduates mindset, actually, that they feel like they have gone, when you feel like you have gone to church for the next 20 years, only your 4 years stay in Covenant University. That's what it felt like. That brings me to the end of this story. I just wanted to give like an overview of what my stay at Covenant University was like, and I hope you found this I don't know, just let me know what you think about all I have said so far. Put them in the comment section, please, and please smash that like button. Like, it goes a long way in helping the channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.